Hey guys, headset. Damn, forgot my headset. Let's get some stuff going here. All right, hopefully everybody can hear me. Welcome. So this is, let me switch screens here. Hold on one second, guys. Let me put this one over here. Try something different. Okay. And this one here. Okay, terrific. Because there's a delay over there side. So, welcome, guys. This is kind of my unofficial solo podcast. I'm still working on it. So this is episode 2 of Just Grow Up Already. And what we're going to be doing is reviewing the Spin Masters 1978 Superman series. Now, they weren't produced in 1978. These are retro figures. They were produced last year, 2025. But they're figures from the 1978 Superman movie, both 1 and 2. The current line is really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figures and 1 variant. And that's the variant of Jor-El. You've got his black suit and his white suit. So you've got both suits, but I believe the original set was just the 5 figures in the variant. These were, I believe, Target exclusives. So these were Target exclusives. Anyway, I bought these really cool little stands to put them on because we will not be opening these, unlike the What We Do in the Shadows that we did on the first episode, which is now available on YouTube, and all of our links are there in the corner. These I'm going to display on these stands, but I'm going to keep one of these out so that when I do figures I'm not going to box, I can do the display here. I don't like this layout. This mouse pad's had it. There's probably dust around here. So I am going to, when I do this, try to find a platform, a nice platform. My goal is to get a rotating platform that we could get as well. So baby steps. I'm 54. I'm just now getting into the podcast space. But anyway, the reason why I'm not doing these as frequently as Toxic Tears, which we typically do every Thursday at 7 p.m. East, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, is I am not buying a lot of toys. Our disposable income is nil. So I'm trying to space these out. So I've got an episode with the Guardians of the Galaxy Marvel Select series, Marvel Legends series, I think it is, that was given to me as a gift. I've got one action figure that I purchased that is part of a collection I'm trying to complete. And I've got another figure set. And then I've got, thanks to Capital and Collectibles, I've got some of the McFarlane Batman Returns figures coming in. But really, that's it. So I don't know how many episodes I'm going to have of this. So I might actually go backwards and show some of the stuff that I already own, just to review some of those figures. So because new figures are going to be scarce, to say the least. So anyway, let's talk about Spin Master. Now, I got these off of eBay, and they came in a box, which took forever to open. It was well packaged, but inside the box, this is how we chose to put these in there. So, as you could tell already, we've got some problems. So I'm going to very carefully remove this cling wrap from this and hope that the boxes aren't too bad. And hopefully nothing popped in the process. Blister packs didn't pop. So, all right. So our first figure is Lois Lane. As you can see, that's problematic. So the card is bent. Great job, eBay. Glad I got these at a tremendous deal. So this is the Lois Lane figure. Let me see if I can do a better job of getting her. There we go. It's the Lois Lane figure. She comes with a notepad, and she comes with the attire she wore in the movie. I love the backing. I don't like the bend, but I love the backing. Very much Star Wars Kenner-esque. And then on the back, your you've got the four figures, six figures, the Jor-El and the variant, and then Superman, Lois Lane, Lex, and General Zod. As far as likeness is concerned, um, I mean, it's not bad. It's Kenner-esque. So this reminds me very much of the Kenner figures back in the day, where the likeness was, this is way before the technology was available. So the likeness was really an art form. It was truly an art form. They didn't have the technology to really do what we can do today. But it's close. I mean, it's close. I'm really upset about the bend. That's obviously going to hurt its value. Not that I'm going to sell these figures, but as any collector knows, that's a big no-no. So this is why I don't buy on eBay. And I'll wait for shows. I'll buy stuff from people I know. This was just because this guy had such an amazing deal on these figures that I couldn't pass it up. They were way under what I would have paid on the secondary market. They were right about the target price, and I couldn't find them at target price. So this is Lois. Again, the sculpt, not great, not bad. Again, Kenner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of articulation, which is a typical Kenner style. I don't know what the love for these are, because I will tell you, things have phases, right? We all know that. When Kenner first came out with the Star Wars figures, it was groundbreaking. And each movie, the figures got better and better, right? We know this. Then G.I. Joe, the 3.5-inch, G.I. Joe reset the market. Like with articulation, all that, the only issue they had was the crotch breaking and the thumbs popping off. But they improved as time went on. Then we got McFarlane's Spawn, which was the larger figures, seriously detailed, very posable, and that changed the market. And then for me, many people might say the Marvel Legends kind of did that, but they felt kind of like just a step up, not so much a redesign, but a step up from the McFarlane. And then McFarlane came out with their figures. And again, they didn't revamp the market, but they evolved and excelled upon what they already built, right? Now we're going backwards. Now we've got figures like this, which are nostalgia bait. We've got those big, tall figures that are basically giant Kenner figures that are just terrible. And even some of the retro figures that are out there for Kenner, well, they're not Kenner, they're Hasbro, but the Kenner-like figures from Star Wars don't look great. And the technology is there to make these things look amazing. So unless you're buying Black Series, you're not going to get that. So this is strictly nostalgia. You are buying nostalgia. These are not great figures. They're just nostalgia. So again, I would grade this out of a 5. I would say this is I would say a 2.5. Okay. Packaging wise, it's less than that. But as a figure, it's a 2.5. And her accessory being a notepad, I think I would have been happier if they didn't include any accessory. That's kind of dumb. But anyway, so that is Miss Margot Kidder, who played Miss Lois Lane. Let's go to Zod. So Zod is, again, we've got a bow, and there is, I don't know if you could see that, there is, because it bowed, you can see the glue is starting to pop here. It's not opened, but you see the glue is separating. So again, this is an interesting figure because Zod comes with the Phantom Zone with the pictures of the characters who don't look anything like the characters, by the way. I don't know if you could see that, but they look terrible. They're drawings. And Zod, you know, again, it's Kenner-esque. It's not great. This was obviously, they, I don't know if you can see that, they put a reinforcement. I remember when I worked at KB Toys, we added these reinforcement plastic things around the peg holder so they wouldn't break or rip. So that's not fun. This one, they all have them. So I don't know. I don't know exactly. Maybe that was a Target thing. I don't know. But again, the backs are all the same. Would have been cool if they did more of a nostalgic, or maybe had a scene from the movie. That might have been cool because all the fronts the same as well. Um, it's not bad. He's got a weird smile. Got a weird smile. The Forbidden Zone again. It's a cute concept, but did it need to be in the package? No. 5 points declaration. 6 include the chest hair. It does not articulate, but there's chest hair there if you can see it. Yeah, again, I would say 2.5. 2.5. Again, it's nostalgia bait. The cool thing is the paint job is very solid. The paint job, there's no paint drip on the hands. The cuffs look pretty good. I mean, the paint looks all right. Little speckles for the chest hair, but um, this could be Zod or Zod's bodyguard. Really could be either character. I hope they make a second series with the remainder of the Kryptonians. Maybe they could throw in Jimmy Olsen. And I don't know what else you throw in there. Maybe Perry White, so you just get a second series, you get all the figures. But yeah, there you go. That's General Zod. Not as bad as Margot Kidder's packaging, but still not great. All right, next up we've got Jor-El in the black outfit. Now this does look like a Temu Marlon Brando. It looks a little bit, as far as the face sculpt and the identity, it looks a little better than the other two. The suit looks good. It's a plastic cape. I don't know if it comes off. I know a clay cape, it would be cloak. The paint looks fantastic. I gotta get a better camera so you can really see. This one still got bend and almost a dog ear. Yay. But yeah, I mean, this painting is great. It looks fantastic. Same backing. Would have loved to see a scene from maybe when Jor-El was when he was wearing the suit in the Fortress of Solitude, or maybe when he was doing the Hearing of Zod. It would have been cool to see a scene. But and again, these figures are $20 when they came out. So I know I'm being a little picky, but $20 for a figure, there's because I remember if they're going to go nostalgia, these figures used to be $2.99, $3.99, $4.99, depending on where you went. Now they're $19.99. So now it doesn't have that ridiculous vinyl cape that would rip, which I never liked. So I'm glad they went with that. He comes with a crystal. Ooh, again, the accessories suck. Except for there's a couple that are actually okay, but so far we're in suck mode. This one is a little better. I'm still going to do 2.5, but so far this is the better figure of the ones that I've shown so far. But that's Jor-El. Next up is Lex. Now this is cool because Lex comes with the paper, and it talks about the nuclear test, and he comes with his toupee. So again, paint job is pretty solid. There's a little bit of a little bit of paint spot on the collar. I don't know if you could see it. The likeness doesn't look anything like Gene Hackman. Nothing like Gene Hackman. But the general theme is there. Again, would have loved to have on the back a scene from the movie. Sure, they could have got the rights to that pretty quickly since they had the rights to the figures. He's got, some of you can see, well, it's supposed to be a watch. It looks like a paint error, but it's the watch. The carnation, not bad. I mean, the paint scheme is not bad. It's not bad at all. Looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, 2.5 again right now. Jor-El is the closest to the actor. And then we've got Soups. Now, Soups comes with the Kryptonite necklace, which is the best accessory that any of them come with. Does not look, it looks more like Brandon Routh than Christopher Reeve. That definitely is Brandon Routh. And I'm sure if you look at the picture I have in the for that I used for the graphic, the thumbnail, that one doesn't even look like this one. This looks definitely like Brandon Routh. Paint scheme's not bad. It's got the plastic cape. Would have been cool if they had a felt cape. That would have been, drove it up a little bit. But overall paint looks good. Yeah, I don't see any blemishes or like a little bit on the cuff. If you guys can see that, there's a little bit of a little bit of paint spill there, but not much, not much to go crazy. Again, they could add a really cool Superman scene on the back. But this one's probably in the best shape. Still has some bow, but the best shape. Thank you, eBay. Fuck you. And that's Superman. I am not going to open these because I think what makes them special is the overall packaging. Some figures are special on their own. The packaging is awesome. I save it. I keep it just to have it. But some figures, the whole thing, the figure, the packaging, all of it plays into what I consider the collectability. And these are the collectability, even though the packages are not in great shape. So that's Soups. Doesn't look anything like Christopher Reeve. So the last one is the variant. I got this one separate. He was the hardest. The white variant was the hardest to get. Not really sure why. I don't know how collectible these are going to be. Maybe in 20 years, but I don't collect as resell. I collect. So this one, the package is, again, not bad, not horrible. And now you get the green crystal and the white outfit. Would have been cool if they did it iridescent instead of just flat white, like actually had iridescence to it. They could have done that. The paint scheme is there. The interesting is the robe is off colored from the outfit. So there's an opal white, the torso and the arms are opal white. The cloak and the legs are an off white, which is interesting. I don't know if you could see that. Interesting that they went that way because in the movie, the suit's all the same. Again, as close as you're going to get. This is the best likeness. Would have been cool if we had an image on the back, make it collectible. Would have been cool if they would have included a collector's card with these in the back, like a scene card, or maybe had a Topps reprint of the Superman movie cards in the back. That would have been a cool added feature. I would have preferred that over these crappy accessories. The only two good accessories, the green crystal and the kryptonite. But that would have been a cool thing, or at least putting something on the back other than that. But yeah, so I don't know if they're going to make a phase 2. I don't know how successful these were. I'm not a big fan of SPINMASTER. I'm not. They're Kenner knockoffs. They look okay, but they're not my favorite figures. So you won't see a lot of SPINMASTERs in my collection. But this one, I love Superman 78. In fact, my first love for superheroes, many people think it was Batman. It was not. It was actually Superman. Batman was second. And when the Reeve movie came out, that was blew my mind. First and second. I'm a big fan of the third too. I know people hate the third movie, but I actually enjoy the third movie. I hate the fourth. Fourth is terrible. Everyone knows that. It's almost unwatchable. I think it is unwatchable. Sorry for the drinking. Get some ASMR there. But then I never got into the Adam West show, but I was still reading Batman comics. And the big move for me to Batman was the Keaton film, 89 and Returns. And there's a whole story with 89 that most of my friends know about how Batman saved my life. Story for another occasion. But that is the SPINMASTER Superman 78 set phase 1. Again, I know there's going to be a phase 2. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Episode 3, we're going to be unboxing the Marvel Legends. We're actually physically take them out of the box because Marvel did stupid plain packaging. There was no clear window. I hate them. So, but anyway, guys, that's it. That's the Spin Master Superman 78 set. 2.5 on the actual figures. 2.5 on the actual figures. As far as packaging, the eBay guy who sold to me, fuck you. That was awful. Really, really bad packaging job. Should be ashamed of yourself. If you're selling collectible figures and you don't know how to pack a box, don't sell collectible figures. You don't need to, because you don't know what you're doing. So there's the figures. And of course, the big man himself, Brandon Roth, who apparently was in Superman 78, and we didn't know it. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Check us out on Facebook, on YouTube. I'll have a replay there with a little bit more information and also our theme song. On TikTok, Instagram, X, and Rumble. We're on Rumble, by the way. Please like and follow. We need people to like and follow. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Thanks for joining us. Short one, but just wanted to share my figures. Thanks. Bye.
Action figures stacked to the sky. Plastic dreams you just can't deny. Retro treasures making hearts fly. Just grow up already. Now we're not ready. Just grow up already. Toys keep us steady. Neon racers and robots that beat. Memories buried but never too deep. 80s and 90s, they're ours to keep.